It's the proof that I'm still alive. Alchemy, the art of miracle.
Hello dear friend, on our channel we tell about the history of the appearance of the heroes of the popular game Mobile Legends. If you like to play, please subscribe and support my channel. It will be very interesting for us. I wish you a pleasant viewing. The hero's story. Brody lost his memory and wandered aimlessly between the villages of the Badlands. But there was always a voice in his heart asking him to hunt demons. In countless battles, Brody gradually recalled his past. One day, due to his mistakes, his village was destroyed by demons, and his right arm was also corroded. Now he understands his mission to protect the people around him. Brody will always fight on foreign soil. No one knew where Brody came from. When he first arrived in this village, he was covered in blood, and his right arm seemed to have been corroded by the abyss. You could tell by his gloomy face that he was lost. The kind villagers didn't dare to let him into the village, so instead they put some water and food next to him. After he woke up, Brody realized that the villagers were afraid of him. He had forgotten everything, only faint memories flashed through his mind from time to time. In the dream that he saw over and over again, someone shouted at him, "Brody, hurry up." But why rush? He didn't know the answer. There was always a big fire in his vague memories. And his right hand, he looked pretty ordinary at the time. So what happened to him? Every time he tried to remember the past, Brody felt a severe headache. He didn't know his purpose. He wandered aimlessly through the lands. Torn memories and pain in his right arm constantly tormented him. The villagers considered him a freak and stayed away from him. Brody knew that people were afraid of him. He was an outsider, someone who had no memories, no past. One day an elder, pursued by demons, got lost in the mountains. Brody didn't think much about it. He was trying to save the old man largely out of pure instinct. The ferocious demons didn't mind Brody as he looked skinny and weak. However, he released a strong energy wave from his right hand and completely destroyed the demons. The power was incredible, but Brody also understood that every time he used this power, his right arm was in unbearable pain, and this pain spread to his entire body. This pain did not paralyze him and did not take away his strength to fight. But this pain was eternal, prompting him to find his lost past. The elder he saved thought he was a kind guy, so he invited him to stay with him in the village. Inspired by the old man, other villagers also began to open their arms to this quiet young man. It was at this moment that Brody suddenly realized that even without memories, he liked this feeling. The feeling that he was needed. Brody thought to himself that it was probably because he finally felt he had a purpose when he was needed. This idea calmed Brody and eased the burden of his mind. But that voice still existed in his head, shouting to him, "Help! Help me!" He became the guardian of the village, and peace was briefly restored. He threw back the abyss demons one wave after another. It was because of this that the villagers began to like this quiet guy. Brody grew stronger and stronger, fighting in battle after battle. And in every battle, he saw things that seemed to be his past memories. He wanted to reveal his past, but at the same time, he was also afraid of the truth. What happened to him? Brody fought like a soulless machine until he met Benedetta, who was also a homeless poor thing. Benedetta struggled to fight the group of demons. And that's when Brody appeared out of nowhere and intervened. They were near the crack of the abyss, and countless demons kept appearing through the portals. The battle became more and more intense. Brody evacuated the villagers to a safer place and fought alongside Benedetta. It was when they were almost victorious when a group of demons sneaked into the wine cellar and captured an elder that Brody had once saved. They threatened Brody that they would kill all the villagers. Looking at the villagers taken hostage, Brody felt a severe headache. He felt that his right hand was burning with anger. He could no longer contain the energy within himself. Before anyone could react, Brody rushed towards the last surviving demon who was trying to resist. He punched through that demon's chest with his right hand and tore out its beating heart. Blood blurred his eyes as Brody fell asleep due to the intense pain and fatigue caused by this intense battle. The faint memories finally came together. The story that happened will never be forgotten. He'll remember them eventually. In a dream, Brody saw his past. He was born in a village at the foot of a volcano. The village was inhabited by the abyss. The people who lived there had to be very careful to survive. Brody was the most optimistic young man in the village. Everyone liked him, and he wanted to help too. Naive Brody thought he could fight the demons and rid the village of terror and fear. One day, an arrogant boy took a weapon and went to challenge the demons. He became stronger when he fought. But at the same time, he realized that demons were indeed formidable monsters. He couldn't fight them alone. Brody was homesick, so he went home. But he didn't notice that a group of demons had followed his trail into the village. The demons destroyed the village. Some villagers were killed trying to protect themselves, and other villagers were corrupted by dirty energy. When Brody finally defeated the demons that surrounded him, it was too late. All the surviving villagers were corrupted by demonic power and began to lose their minds. The oldest man in the village, who was losing the last remnants of humanity, begged Brody to kill everyone. They would rather die than wander around this world as a soulless being. The old man came up to Brody and hugged him for the last time. His strength was running out. He once again asked Brody to do them a favor. "Good boy, we missed you. And we will always look out for you." Devastated, Brody put the villagers out of their misery, and then turned his attention to the last remaining demon hiding in the shadows. Agony, regret, and hatred turned into an indestructible force. Brody's right hand reached out, pierced through the demon's chest, and crushed his heart. The demon's blood had corrupted Brody's arm, giving him the power he now possessed. He could get rid of corruption. But Brody let the pain fill his body until he lost consciousness due to the agony. He knew the price he had to pay while doing this, for the fact that every blow he dealt to his enemy caused the same pain, reminding him of the mistakes he had once made. He's always been the same. When Brody opened his eyes again, Benedetta and the villagers were beside him. And for the first time, he truly felt at peace. All his loved ones, his friends and families have passed away. And his homeland will never be the same for him. But fortunately, he still has someone to protect. Brody will fight for his second homeland.